guys, Matthew MorrowInvest.com. I want to bring you today's tip of the day. Today's tip is on danger and dangerous jobs, an opportunity to make money. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. So I don't want to flick off the camera, but I don't know if you can see, but years ago I cut this finger off when I had my lawn service, and thankfully my cousin came and got me very fast and took me to the hospital, and they were able to sew it back on, and I just have a scar and some tenderness. But other than that, I've got all my fingers, so that's good, right? And you would think, well, how did you do it, Matthew? I'm like, well, I stuck my hand down in this chute of my lawnmower that has warning labels all over it that says, do not put your hand down this chute. And you think, well, you big dummy, you stupid. Of course you cut your hand. No wonder. What were you thinking? Well, that's like standing on the top ring of a ladder that says, you get about to that third from the top level, and it says, do not go any higher than this. Now, be honest. How many of you have stood on that top ring of that ladder? Right? That's what I'm saying. So, this lawnmower, the grass was wet, it had been raining, and the particular lawnmower that I had was a Walker brand, which had a deck that shot the grass under the seat, and then there was a blower under the seat that shot it to a bin that was sitting behind you. Well, it would get clogged. So you'd have to lift the bin up, clean out the chute going to the bin, and then the chute going from the blades to the blower would be clogged up, and you would have to stick your hand down in there and get that stuff out. Now, you would always turn the blades off. So I didn't have the lawnmower going when I stuck my hand down there, thank God. What I did have was I got impatient because I was in a hurry. It was a bad day. Lots of things were going wrong. I had some flat tires and had to change blades, and there was just things that were keeping me from getting the job done, and it was driving me crazy. And I got impatient, and this can happen. When you get in a hurry and you get impatient, you can really hurt yourself. So I would flip the blades off because I kept getting clogged up, and I would jump off the lawnmower and unclog it. Well, this was about the 15th time in a row in like 30 minutes that this thing had clogged up. I was very frustrated, and I jumped off the mower and I yanked it up and stuck my hand down there, and immediately, thankfully the blades are dull, but the blade caught my hand and went like this, and just went all the way to the bone and sheared the meat off. Ugh, gross, right? So you'd say, well, Matthew, I had people say, Matthew, did you cuss? And I said, no, I was yelling, stupid, 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 because it was so stupid of me to stick my hand down in there. And I went into the little old lady's house, and this is one of the first time I ever passed out. I was under the water. This might be TMI. If you're squeamish, fast forward this part. So I was like, it was really, really hurting, and I had it under the water, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I took it, and I went, and lifted my finger off of itself, and then I went, ugh, passed out in this little old lady's house, Miss Chambliss' house, and she weighed all of like 90 pounds and was trying to help me up, my big old self. The point is, you'd say, man, why would you do that? Well, I did that kind of work because it made $45 an hour. Why did I do chainsaw work? Why did I cut down trees? Because you could easily make $100 to $200 an hour. Why do people take dangerous and risky jobs? Mike Rowe has a great thing on dirty jobs. I even fashioned my book, 30 Jobs in 30 Days. The book cover is supposed to be similar to Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs book. That was kind of why I did it that way, because I really admire Mike Rowe and all that he's done for his work campaign that he's got going on in the country about work programs, right? So there is a lot of dirty jobs, a lot of nasty, dirty, and sometimes very dangerous jobs. What comes with that? Opportunity. What happens when you have opportunity? Money. So if you have an opportunity and you're willing to jump on that opportunity, you can make some money. Okay, and this can happen in any way, shape, or form. There's so many different examples that we could give, but I just want you to think about your area. right? What if there's a new technology that all of a sudden makes something possible? This right here, I'm putting videos on YouTube, and YouTube, because of views and people clicking on ads, I'm getting paid, right? You can go and create a YouTube page because I'm writing a book. People get that content, and I get paid for those books, right? I have a mentorship program. I have a website. All those things, those are things that 20 years ago you couldn't do, right? So there are constantly an opportunity of change. What's going on in Florida and Texas right now? Well, Florida, Texas, and Arizona are the top destinations in the country for baby boomers. They're moving. They're retiring. Where do baby boomers go when they retire? Places that are warm and dry. And so they're going to, and Texas and Florida don't have state income tax, so that's another bonus. So you got all these people going to Florida, right? There's an opportunity right now if you're into assisted living, nursing home, healthcare, pharmacy. You've got hotels and eateries and restaurants and subdivisions and on and on and on and on and on, right? That's a 20-year play. You've got all these things happening for the next 20 years in Florida and Texas. Well, that's why Florida and Texas have been one of the fastest growing states in the union. They got all kinds of people going there. That's an opportunity. Okay, so you have to learn to identify the opportunity in your areas, or if you're willing to move, you can go where the opportunity is, and that's one thing. A lot of times you have to follow the work. I remember I told a story about my Aunt Lela, who married a little boy when she was like 16, and I think he was 17 or 18, and they got married, which was very common, back in the 20s and 30s. And he hopped on a train and rode a train for how long it took to go from Alabama all the way out to the Hoover Dam. And he was one of the men that helped build the Hoover Dam. And after a couple of months, he had gotten enough money in a paycheck to send to my Aunt Lela for her to come join him. And they stayed in Las Vegas area in Boulder City in a little 850, 900 square foot little house until she was in her 90s. And they saw an opportunity for work, and they went and jumped on it. So if you, in your neighborhood, in your area, if you can identify, a lot of times before somebody else, you can do something about it. Now, because of your different skill sets, you're going to be able to jump on an opportunity or not, right? What if you know, man, this would be a great place for a self-storage or a great place for an apartment or whatever, and you know that need is there, but you don't have any money. You don't have the money and the connections and the building skills to go and do that. What you need to do is connect with people that do, and that way you can be a part of it. I tell people, they say, well, I don't have that license, or I'm not that smart, or I'm not a builder. You can buy and flip properties. You can buy and own properties and not even know how to hammer a nail. I can't. Have you ever tried to drywall? I can't drywall for anything. You go watch those videos, and those guys, especially the guys on the stilts, you go watch it on YouTube. It's amazing. These guys, they'll have the joint, and they'll get that putty and go, and just in one sweep, it's just perfect. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do it just like they did. And I get my putty, and I go, ugh, and it looks terrible. It's just that guy has a different skill set than I do, right? But I have a better skill set, maybe, for raising capital or bringing people together to do those projects. So we each have to work together to make those opportunities happen. The point is, there is opportunity everywhere. If you will open your eyes and use your skill set, your talents, you can make a good bit of money for your family and friends. Hope you guys have a blessed day.